Have you ever tried picking up a grocery bag and felt that your hand didn't have the same grip as before? Or maybe you've climbed a staircase and noticed that your legs felt heavier than you remembered. Does that sound familiar? It's something many of us start to notice after the age of 50, when our bodies seem to say, hey, things aren't quite the same anymore. But what if I told you there's a simple way to regain that strength, that energy that makes you feel alive and ready to take on the day? It's not about spending hours sweating it out at the gym or breaking the bank on treatments. Today, we're going to explore how thousands of people are feeling stronger again, using something that might be closer than you think. Let's go on this journey together. Think about João, a 62-year-old retiree who has always loved taking care of his garden. He used to enjoy mornings pruning plants, carrying pots, and enjoying the smell of damp soil. It was his time, you know. But lately, he started noticing that lifting those pots was getting harder. His arm would tremble a little, and his legs would beg for a break after just a few minutes. At first, he thought it was just fatigue, but when the weakness didn't go away, he decided to see a doctor. And what he heard was something he already suspected. After the age of 50, our muscles start losing strength if we don't take care of them. It's not just João, it touches the lives of millions of people. Studies show that by around 60 years old, we can lose up to 30% of our muscle mass if we don't take action. And it's not just about struggling to lift weights or exert force. It's about feeling tired more quickly, having less energy to do what you love, like playing with grandchildren, going for walks, or even tidying up the house. It's about that sudden fear, the fear of tripping, falling, or losing some of the independence we've always had. When our muscles weaken, simple things become challenges. Carrying a grocery bag, climbing a flight of stairs, opening a jar of jelly, everything starts to feel more complicated than it should. And that weighs on us, doesn't it? Because no one wants to reach a point where they need help for everything. No one wants to feel like age is taking control. The good news is that João didn't accept that as the end of the story. He discovered that it's possible to change things, to bring strength back. And it wasn't by killing himself at the gym or turning his life upside down. It was with something his body was already asking for, something that was missing. Let's understand how he got there, because this could be the key you've been looking for. When strength starts to fade, the first instinct for many people is to try to fix it by brute force. Maybe you've thought about going back to the gym, dusting off those forgotten dumbbells in the corner of your house, or signing up for a fitness class. And look, moving your body is great. Exercise helps keep muscles active, improves balance, gives you a boost of energy. But after the age of 50, not everyone has the time, energy, or even the desire to spend hours lifting weights. And sometimes the body complains. A knee that hurts here, a sore lower back there. Not to mention that even when we manage to work out, it can feel like the effort isn't paying off as much as before, as if the body isn't responding as quickly. Then there are those who try another path: food. Maybe you've heard of those protein shakes that promise athlete-like muscles in weeks. Or perhaps you've tried eating more meat, eggs, or chicken, thinking that protein is the answer to everything. Protein is important. Yes, it helps build muscles, provides the raw material for the body to work. But these shakes can be expensive, hard to fit into your routine, and, let's be honest, not always delicious. Some people take them and feel heavy in their stomachs, or they just get tired of the taste. And trendy diets? They pop up promising miracles, but sticking to a rigid list of foods every day is exhausting. It's hard to maintain for long, especially when life is already full of other things to handle. Another option many people consider is seeking medical help. Sometimes a doctor suggests physical therapy, which is excellent for improving movement, relieving pain, and teaching the body to move better. Or, in some cases, they may recommend something to give an energy boost, like a supplement or even medication. But these solutions often seem to address only the surface of the problem. Physical therapy requires time, patience, and not everyone has easy access to a good professional. Medication can help in some cases, but no one wants to rely on pills to feel good all the time. So, what's left? What really gets to the root of the issue and restores strength in a practical way that fits real life? That's where something surprising comes in. Muscle strength doesn't depend solely on working out, eating right, or undergoing treatments. There's something happening inside our bodies, deep within the cells, that makes all the difference. Over time, these cells start working more slowly. It's like the engine of our body, running on less fuel, less power. And do you know what can refuel that engine? Vitamins. Not just any vitamins, but specific ones that muscles need to recover, grow, and get stronger. It's like they're the keys that unlock the energy hiding inside you. Think of your muscles as a house. Over the years, the walls might get weaker, the roof starts to sag, and the doors creak. But if you use the right tools, you can fix everything and make the house sturdy, ready to withstand any storm. These vitamins are the tools. They help your cells produce energy, combat daily wear and tear, and build stronger muscles. And the most amazing part? It's not complicated. You don't need to become a scientist or overhaul your entire routine to benefit from this. Did you know that one vitamin was discovered because of sailors? Back in the day, they spent months at sea eating only dry bread and salted meat. The result? They became weak, sick, with bleeding gums. Until someone realized that when they ate lemons or oranges, everything changed. Strength returned, health returned. It seems simple, right? But that's exactly how these vitamins work. They bring huge results through small changes. Today, science knows much more about how they can help, especially after the age of 50, when the body starts asking for an extra boost to keep going. Now, you might be wondering, how can these vitamins make a difference for me? What's so special about them? Before diving into the 6 that are transforming the lives of people like Juan, it's worth understanding why they're so important. As we age, our muscles find it harder to recover from the daily wear and tear. Every step you take, every bag you carry, causes small damage to muscle fibers. If the body doesn't have what it needs to repair that damage, strength gradually slips away, like sand slipping through your fingers. Some vitamins help reduce inflammation, which is like a low-burning fire that gradually damages muscles over time. Others improve how the body uses energy, so you feel less tired and more energized. And then there are those that work directly on muscle rebuilding, like construction workers fixing a cracked wall. It's teamwork, and each vitamin has its role. The good news is that these things aren't difficult to find. Many are in foods you already know and eat regularly. And if you need an extra boost, supplements can help, but always with a doctor's guidance, because caution comes first. Okay, now it's time for what you've been waiting for. We're going to talk about the 6 vitamins that are helping people over 50 feel stronger, more confident, and with more energy to tackle everyday life. They are vitamin D, vitamin B12, vitamin C, vitamin E, vitamin K2, and magnesium. That sounds like a lot? Relax. I'll explain each one in detail, with simple examples, so you understand how they can change the way you feel. Let's start with vitamin D. It's like the sun inside your body, bringing light to your muscles. Without enough vitamin D, muscles struggle to recover after any effort, whether it's climbing a staircase or carrying a box. Studies show that it helps maintain muscle strength and even improves balance, which is essential for preventing falls, something that concerns many people after the age of 50. Where can you find vitamin D? In fatty fish like salmon or sardines, in egg yolks, and even by getting a bit of sunlight. About 15 minutes a day, with arms and legs exposed, can make a difference. But look, many people over 50 have low levels of vitamin D, especially those who spend a lot of time indoors or live in places with little sunlight. João, for example, found out he was deficient and started taking a supplement recommended by his doctor. Within a few weeks, he already felt his arms stronger and his legs lighter. Next on the list, vitamin B12. This is the energy vitamin, the fuel that keeps your muscle cells functioning properly. When there's a shortage of B12, you might feel a constant fatigue that doesn't make sense, a weakness that seems to come out of nowhere, as if your body's battery has run out. B12 is crucial for helping muscles use energy efficiently. You can find it in meats like chicken or red meat, in fish, eggs, and even fortified cereals, the ones with added vitamins. But here's the catch. As we age, our bodies may have more trouble absorbing B12 from food. This is common, especially for those who eat less meat or follow a vegetarian diet. If you've been feeling constantly tired, it might be a sign to check your levels with a doctor. A simple B12 supplement can make you feel more alive, with more energy for your muscles. Third on the list, the famous vitamin C. Everyone thinks of it for preventing colds, right? But it goes far beyond that. Vitamin C is like a shield for your muscles, protecting against the wear and tear that comes with time. It helps the body produce collagen, which is like the cement that keeps muscles, tendons, and ligaments strong. Besides that, it fights inflammation, that low-burning fire that gradually damages muscle cells over time. Where can you find vitamin C? In citrus fruits like oranges, lemons, tangerines, in strawberries, red bell peppers, broccoli, and kale. It's easy to include in your daily routine. A colorful salad at lunch, a fruit as a snack, and you're set. Vitamin C doesn't just strengthen muscles, it also leaves you feeling lighter and more energized to take on the day. Fourth on the list, vitamin E. This one is less well known, but just as powerful as the others. Vitamin E acts like a bodyguard for your muscle cells. Every time you move, walk, lift something, climb stairs, your muscles experience natural stress. Vitamin E helps repair those damages, protecting cells so they continue to function well. You can find vitamin E in almonds, sunflower seeds, avocados, and even a drizzle of olive oil in your salad. You don't need to overdo it. A handful of nuts or a slice of avocado at breakfast already brings benefits. Over time, you might notice that your muscles respond better, that your body feels more resilient. Fifth vitamin, K2. This is the new thing for many people because it doesn't often come up in everyday conversations. Vitamin K2 works behind the scenes, helping the body direct calcium to the right places, like bones, which are partners to muscles. Because, think about it. What's the point of having strong muscles if your bones don't keep up? K2 also helps with muscle cell health, giving more resistance and elasticity. Where can you find it? In aged cheeses, especially the more mature ones, in egg yolks, in plain yogurt, and even in fermented foods like good kefir. An interesting fact, K2 works even better when paired with vitamin D, as if they were best friends. Include a bit in your diet and see how your body starts to respond. Last but not least, magnesium. Technically, it's not a vitamin, but it's so essential that it couldn't be left out. Magnesium is like the conductor who directs your muscles, helping them relax and work without seizing up. Without enough magnesium, you might feel cramps, weakness, or even difficulty sleeping well. It also helps in energy production, so it's key to maintaining stamina. You can find magnesium in green leafy vegetables like spinach or kale, in nuts, beans, pumpkin seeds, and even in a dark chocolate bar. Yes, with moderation, a piece of 70% cocoa chocolate can be your friend. If you've been feeling your muscles tense up with those annoying nighttime cramps, magnesium might be what's missing. These 6, vitamin D, B12, C, E, K2, and magnesium, are like a dream team for your body. They work together to strengthen muscles, fight fatigue, and protect against wear and tear. And the coolest part? It's not hard to bring them into your life. Many are in foods you already know: an egg at breakfast, a salad with bell peppers at lunch, an orange as a snack, a handful of almonds in the afternoon. And if you need a boost, supplements are simple, accessible, and easy to find. Of course, before starting any supplement, it's always best to talk to your doctor. Get a blood test if possible, to be sure of what your body needs. Remember Juan, who took care of his garden? He started paying attention to these vitamins. He included more fish in his week, like grilled sardines, which he loves. He started taking about 15 minutes of sun exposure in the morning when the weather allowed it. And after talking to his doctor, he began taking a vitamin D and magnesium supplement because tests showed he needed them. It wasn't overnight, but within a few weeks, he already felt a difference. His arms were firmer. His legs didn't feel as heavy. He went back to carrying pots without trembling, pruning plants with that smile of someone in charge. More importantly, he felt confidence returning. That feeling of, I can still handle this, and I can handle it well. And it's not just João. People all over the place, in their 50s, 60s, even 70s, are discovering that these small changes bring big results. Some have gone back to walking in the park without worrying about getting tired. Some have been able to carry their grandchildren again, feeling their hearts full. There are even those who rediscover the joy of old hobbies, like dancing, painting, or simply tidying up the house without feeling the body complain. All of this with something as simple as including the right nutrients. Why does this matter so much? Because muscle strength is more than just lifting weights. It's about freedom. It's about getting up from the couch effortlessly, opening jars without help, walking confidently without fear of tripping. It's about playing with grandchildren, gardening, traveling, living each day with energy. These vitamins help your muscles recover faster, stay stronger, and work like a well-oiled team. And studies confirm, with the right nutrients, you can feel a difference in weeks, not months. That's powerful, isn't it? Knowing that your body still has potential, that age doesn't have to be a limit. So, how can you get started? First, take a look at your plate. Try to include more of these things: fish like salmon or sardines, eggs, citrus fruits, nuts, green leafy vegetables. You don't need to become a star chef. An omelet with spinach for breakfast, a salad with bell peppers and avocado for lunch, an orange or a handful of almonds for a snack. It all counts. If you think it's hard to get everything just from food, a supplement can be a shortcut. But don't just start taking anything on your own. Talk to your doctor. Get a blood test if you can, to be sure of what your body needs. Sometimes a small deficiency, like low vitamin D or B12, can explain that persistent fatigue. And don't wait until later. The earlier you start taking care of your muscles, the easier it is to maintain strength, stamina, and independence. It's not about becoming an athlete or changing who you are. It's about feeling good in your body, confident to do what you love. Imagine climbing a staircase without hesitation, carrying a grocery bag easily, or simply looking in the mirror and thinking, I'm okay, I'm strong. That's what these vitamins can help bring back. You deserve that feeling. You deserve to have energy to enjoy life, whether it's gardening like João, playing with grandchildren, or just enjoying a walk at the end of the day without feeling weighed down. These 6 vitamins, D, B12, C, E, K2, magnesium, are like a friendly push, a simple way to tell your body, hey, we've got a lot more life to live. So, how about taking the first step today? It could be as simple as asking your doctor to check your vitamin D levels at your next appointment, or including a sardine in your lunch, an orange as a snack, a handful of almonds in the afternoon. Small choices lead to big changes. And if you found these tips useful, share them with someone who needs to hear it. A friend, a relative, someone feeling the weight of age and wanting to change. Tell me, Which of these ideas will you try first? Let's go on this journey together to feel stronger, more alive, regardless of age.